And now we welcome in our very own Bruce Johnson. Bruce, what do you say we do an impromptu baseball with the Bruce?
I would love to, especially tonight after we have a state champion to celebrate.
Bruce called the Anthony Wayne game, and you told me a few weeks ago the only way Anthony Wayne loses is if it beats itself. The Generals clearly did not do that tonight, taking home the Division II state crown. How did they get it done?
Well, I think they jumped on Amherst early in the game. They got a run in the first, a run in the second. They continued to add on. They scored in the first 4 innings. They never took their foot off the gas. Gave them a big enough margin to kind of hang on. You know, it was 7-3. You never really felt that Amherst was going to make a threat. It's interesting. That's a very good baseball team, Amherst.
Number 1 ranked in division.
Yeah, they won 29 games this year for a reason. But, you know, it was just, we kind of felt that this might be the year for Anthony Wayne, and it was.
And Anthony Wayne's ace, Owen Graff, did not pitch tonight, but he played a complete game in the state semifinal. How huge did that end up being in the state championship?
Every bit as big as you can imagine, Yaw, and I'm going to tell you why. They only had to use one pitcher yesterday, Anthony Wayne. They were able to save their number 2 and 3 today. Whereas Amherst Steel had to use their number 1 and 2 to get through yesterday. They were down to their number 3 today. Still a very good pitcher, but it made quite the difference. Owen Graff deserves as much credit for tonight's victory as anybody in that dugout.
How do you think Owen Graff sparked the entire bullpen? Because you had Jackson Uranovich, who started this game, and then you had Carter Johnson, who came in relief. Both of them played lights out. So how do you think Owen Graff unlocked something in them to allow them to lead the Generals to a state title game?
Well, it's an expectation. You know, Graff went the distance yesterday and said, guys, it's your turn now. Next man up. You got to step up. And both Uranovich and Johnson did that tonight. They were dynamic. They were good. They 8 innings. They kind of whittled the number of outs. They pitched to contact when they had to, and they didn't walk a lot of batters, which is huge.
And as great as the Anthony Wayne baseball program is, prior to Ryan Donnelly being hired, it had only made it to 1 state Final Four. This was Donnelly's second appearance in the state Final Four, first in the state championship. What can you say about the work and the commitment from Coach Donnelly, not only throughout the season, but just throughout his time here to lead the Generals here?
He's done an absolutely fabulous job. You know, he's taken the program Mark Nell had, and Mark Nell's in the Ohio High School Baseball Coaches Association Hall of Fame, so he's a
Not
pretty good no, and he's kind of elevated it, but it also helps to have rare talent, and he's had a lot of talent the last few years. And with Graff heading up the pitching rotation, this was the year Anthony Wayne got it done, and they had the opportunities, and they did it.
Anthony Wayne made it to the Final Four in 2023. It did not make it to the state title game. It gets the job done this year. What change did you see in the Generals compared to 2023 that allowed them to get over the hump this year?
Their mindset. And I'm going to tell you what, you and I noticed that on Thursday when they got on the bus to come here. They were confident. They weren't cocky or arrogant. They were confident. It was a relaxed, professional approach. I think in the previous years, the Anthony Wayne teams were happy to be here. This team was not satisfied to be here. They wanted to bring it home.
And you forgot to mention that he has had Anthony Wayne in the number 1 spot throughout the entire season in his top 10 poll. You had no doubt that the Generals were the team in our area that were going to win a state title.
I was pretty confident they were the best team in Northwest Ohio, and if anyone could do it, they could do it. And yeah, I'm going to give you a little inside tip. When we do our last baseball with Bruce next week, the Generals are going to still be at number 1.
Spoil it for the viewers,
yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, so spoiler alert from Bruce, but either way, Anthony Wayne, the Division II state champions in high school baseball, the first state championship in program history. What a night for the Generals, taking down Amherst Steel.